Government and cabinet remain legal diplomatic ties with Germany for the strengthened and final session held on oil spill plan. It's Wednesday, October 16. We have lots to tell you. The High Court this afternoon handed down its ruling that denies the mandating of cabinet and government to resign. Following the ruling, Attorney General and Minister of Legal Affairs, the Honorable Basil Williams, SC, asserted that the government and cabinet remain legal.
This government is a legal government. The cabinet is a legal entity in the government. That is the ruling of the CCJ.
That was Attorney General Basil Williams moments after Chief Justice Roxanne George Wilshire handed down her decision denying the order made by the opposition compelling the president and cabinet to resign. So AG said this decision has restored the rule of law.
The decision of the Lord Chief Justice has restored the position with the rule of law in Guyana. And it's a very important principle for a hierarchical system of courts that you follow precedents. And the principle of stare decisis is that you follow the precedents set by the higher courts. And since the CCJ had already determined this issue, whether the cabinet and government should resign, it was not fit nor proper, and it was of no legal effect for you to come to the lowest court to seek to have that decision of the court, CCJ, the apex court, overturned.
While the opposition lawyer Anil Nanlal had contended that the Caribbean Court of Justice had overlooked giving a compulsory order compelling the president and cabinet to resign, the Chief Justice relied on the decision of the CCJ in its consequential orders, ruling that she was bound by the orders of the CCJ. She noted that the consequential orders gave the government a caretaker status. As such, there could not have been any requirement for a mandatory order compelling the president and cabinet to resign. The Attorney General said the issue was one already dealt with by the Caribbean Court of Justice, and he agreed with the Chief Justice when she described the action by the opposition as vexatious.
Mr. Nadal has to be careful that he does not become a vexatious litigant, because he was part and parcel of the representation of the leader of the opposition at all levels, CCJ, Court of Appeal, High Court. And it was not fit for him and right for him as an officer of the court to try to seek to come to the first instance judge and try to raise the same issue again. And that's the whole concept of our stare decisis. So we're happy with the decision, and we feel that the court should not be abused.
Isaiah Braffett for InfoHub.
His Excellency President David Granger today accepted letters of credence from Her Excellency Ute Koenig, the first female ambassador from the Federal Republic of Germany.
During the accreditation ceremony, President Granger referenced the European nation's efforts to advance environmental protection and address climate change. He noted that Guyana attaches great significance to these issues, hence its move towards a green state economy.
The green state that we hope to establish will place emphasis on the protection of our environment, the preservation of our biodiversity, the promotion of the use of renewable energy, and the adoption of practical measures to ensure climate adaptation.
The head of state noted Guyana's vulnerability to rising seas due to global warming and welcomed Germany's contributions to help in the fight against climate change.
Guyana, in this regard, has welcomed Germany's cooperation for the protection of our forests and the establishment of protected areas. Guyana is appreciative of Germany's support for natural resource and environmental management. We welcome also Germany's economic and technical support, especially in the fields of public health and public education, and look forward to further enhancement of our bilateral relations.
Her Excellency Ambassador Koenig, a veteran diplomat with over 30 years of experience, referenced the launch of the German Initiative Latin America and the Caribbean and the efforts of Guyana's representative, Foreign Minister, the Honorable Dr. Karen Cummings. The ambassador said that whilst Guyana is preparing to move into the oil and gas sector, it is notable that it remains committed to expanding the use of renewable energy.
Guyana is well known worldwide as one of the greenest countries of the world with an abundant biodiversity. In the past, we jointly cooperated successfully to through our development bank KfW on the Tropical Forest Protection Project and on the protected area systems. I look forward to learn more about your green development strategy and your vision to building climate-resilient economic sectors and creating a safer planet.
Guyana and Germany established formal diplomatic relations on September 2 in 1966.
Prime Minister the Honorable Moses Nagamutu today met with the chairman of the Guyana National Broadcasting Authority, Leslie Sobers. The meeting aimed to inform the Prime Minister of the work being done by the GNBA and updating him on several matters, including legal action taken by two privately owned broadcasters. The chairman assured the Prime Minister that the GNBA has at all times acted lawfully and responsibly, and that the Broadcast Authority is preparing to firmly defend its position. As Ghana continues to prepare itself for oil production in the first quarter of 2020, the country is one step closer to ensuring that the necessary measures are in place to effectively respond to the unlikely negative impacts of the petroleum industry.
On Wednesday, the Civil Defense Commission hosted its final workshop on the National Oil Spill Contingency Plan. In February of this year, a planning committee was formed and met regularly on Tuesdays to identify key roles, responsibilities, and to create the oil spill plan. Director General of the CDC, Lieutenant Colonel Kester Craig, noted that the plan was developed using several guidelines and templates. He also described it as a living document.
That our plan catered for both onshore and offshore oil spills. The CDC remains the custodian of the plan, and any update and adjustment will be documented and shared. So from time to time, you will have different versions of the plan. So whenever you have the latest version, that is the version you're using in the event of any spill.
Minister of State, the Honorable Dawn Hastings Williams, commended the Commission for its efforts on the issue. She expressed confidence that the forum will provide valuable knowledge and reiterated the government's commitment to engaging stakeholders.
I urge you not to underestimate the task at hand. It is of utmost national priority. Your government is supremely aware of this and has consistently left no stone unturned in matters of this nature. As evidenced by today's activity, we will continue to work assiduously to ensure we address this issue as much as possible.
Lieutenant Colonel Craig explained that the planning and drafting of the National Oil Spill Contingency Plan was done by local experts in key sectors and agencies, with some technical advice from international bodies. For InfoHub, Anara Khan.
Still to come, Agri-Month activities continue with the hosting of a food exhibition and plans for Agri-Expo being finalized. Details after the break.
Daddy!
Thanks for staying with us. In recent years, our diets have radically changed, moving away from mainly plant-based and fiber-rich dishes to high-calorie diets. As Guyana joins in observing World Food Day 2019, a public recommitment was made by the Food and Agriculture Organization and the Agriculture Ministry to ensure healthy, sustainable food is available and accessible by all Guyanese.
In a country with this wealth of human, social, cultural, and environmental capital, zero hunger is achievable. In fact, it is an imperative if we are to leave no one behind. As Guyana continues its development journey and embarks on this new and exciting chapter, let us keep in mind that a healthy Guyana is a productive Guyana. What we eat can help us to achieve that goal.
That was Dr. Jillian Smith, representative of the FAO. This year's observance was hosted in Region 4 at the Ministry of Agriculture's LBI complex under the theme, Our Actions Are Our Future, Healthy Diets for a Zero Hunger World. Minister of Agriculture, the Honorable Noel Holder, in his opening remarks, stated that this observance is one way to recognize and address food insecurities in Guyana.
Today on World Food Day, we reinforce our commitment to safe food and healthy diets. Guyana, as you know, is a food-secure country. But there are pockets of food insecurity and hunger that we need to address. Additionally, given the significant amount spent annually on health problems related to malnutrition, strategies and policies to ensure the availability and affordability of healthy diets are essential for the food and nutrition security of our citizens.
For this year's observance, one of the highlights involved students from 10 schools participating in a Healthy Meals Challenge. The students were tasked with preparing simple, affordable, balanced, and healthy meals containing 70% of local produce. While this was taking place, other agriculture agencies participated in the World Food Day exhibition and fair by showcasing how they are doing their bit to contribute to food security in Guyana. For InfoHub, Delicia Haynes.
Tourism is Ghana's second largest export sector. In this regard, the Department of Tourism and the Ministry of Agriculture met on Tuesday to put the finishing touches on the launch of the Agro-Tourism Expo.
The expo, which opens on October 31, will feature more than 50 booths that will be divided into several sections, showcasing a variety of agri-tourism possibilities. Director General of the GTA, Donald Sinclair, shared some details.
We have a farmers market section. We have a coconut grove section that will give the whole life story of the coconut, from the fruit to the value added. Then we have the craft and natural fibers, and the flowers, flower power, because agriculture is a section called flower power, talking about the decorative value of flowers and so on, furniture, spas and wellness.
According to Sinclair, the exposition is slated to be like no other.
So it's a whole explosion of the earth. It's an explosion of agriculture, what agriculture can do for us and how we can base tourism on agriculture, which is our definition of agritourism, using agriculture to create an exciting visitor experience.
Due to the financial opportunities that the expo presents, Sinclair said that the private sector has shown a vested interest in the initiative.
There is a push towards the consumption of more natural foods, more organic produce. So we're seeing a trend towards that. And the private sector is aware of that, and they are taking note, and they are heavily involved in the Agri-Tourism Expo.
The Agri-Tourism Expo will be held at the Arthur Chung Convention Center, and members of the public can visit from November 1 to 2. Isaiah Braffett for InfoHub.
Before we wrap for today, here is some important information from the Ghana Elections Commission.
GCOM's preliminary list of electors is now on its website, www.gcom.org.gy. Citizens are reminded to check the voters list to ensure their names are on it. GCOM's claims and objection exercise began on October 1st and will end on November 18, 2019. During this time, the following persons can check the registration office in their respective districts to verify their registration records for inclusion on the list of electors. Persons who are 18 years or older or will become 18 by December 31st, 2019. And Guyanese citizens by birth, descent, naturalization, or registration, and a citizen of a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for no less than a year before December 31st, 2019. Also, persons whose names appear on the Central Registrar can make changes or corrections during this period. GCOM's claims and objection exercise is being conducted at all GCOM offices throughout the country.
That's all for today. Connect with us on WhatsApp, Facebook, and YouTube. Much more news is on our website, dpi.gov.gy, and pop over to Instagram for the latest photo updates at DPI Guyana. Your bridge and weather reports are up next. Have a safe and enjoyable evening. Goodbye for now.